Hey everyone, welcome back to the Dinar Shift News channel. Today, we are diving deep into a financial development that has currency observers and long-term investors worldwide holding their breath. For those who have meticulously tracked the Iraqi Dinar's movements over the years, you understand that even the most minute shifts on the global Forex screens can hold profound, game-changing significance. What unfolded today was a virtually imperceptible decimal adjustment in the dinar's exchange rate, a movement so small it might escape the notice of a casual observer. Yet, it is precisely this subtlety that makes the change so potent, as it potentially signals the commencement of an extensive and deliberate currency revaluation process. This video aims to dissect every single detail of this subtle market action, providing you with a clear, in-depth analysis of why a minuscule Forex movement has commanded such immediate and widespread attention. We will explore the complex mechanics behind this change and what its broader implications could be for the Iraqi dinar and the interconnectivity of the global financial system. The consequences of this decimal shift are likely far more substantial than many people currently realize, and grasping the underlying process is essential for making well-informed decisions in the challenging months ahead. Late last night, multiple major international trading platforms simultaneously registered a highly subtle, yet unequivocally deliberate, movement in the Iraqi dinar's exchange rate. For the everyday person scrolling through financial data, this change was almost invisible, a minor flicker that could be easily dismissed. However, seasoned traders who have dedicated years to monitoring the IQD's specific behavior immediately recognize this as a significant and meaningful event. The uniformity across platforms instantly raised alarms within the financial community, suggesting a calculated action. The most striking aspect of this event was its timing and remarkable consistency across numerous global regions. The exact same decimal movement appeared nearly simultaneously on trading screens spanning Europe, Asia, and North America. Activity this coordinated is exceedingly rare and is almost never a random market fluctuation. Historically, when the dinar exhibits such synchronized movement across multiple disparate markets, it is understood to reflect internal, back-end testing or systematic synchronization of the banking infrastructure rather than normal, unpredictable trading activity. This coordination is the crucial signal. Almost instantly, investors and Forex analysts began circulating screenshots and engaging in high-level discussions regarding the potential implications of this movement, marking the beginning of a period of heightened global attention on the dinar. It is vital to fully appreciate why even such a seemingly insignificant decimal shift is so important in this context. Every single Forex rate displayed publicly is intrinsically linked to official central bank data feeds, sophisticated interbank networks, and crucial international settlement systems. When a rate changes, even by a tiny fraction, it acts as a signal of a genuine, real-time activation occurring within the complex banking infrastructure behind the scenes. The Central Bank of Iraq (CBI) is the sole authority with the power to implement and validate such exchange rate adjustments, and mounting insider reports suggest that a comprehensive project is currently underway to prepare the IQD for seamless integration with all international financial systems. This project requires extensive simultaneous testing. Essentially, this fractional decimal movement serves as the first tangible evidence that the dinar's core financial infrastructure is being actively and deliberately activated in a live, real-time environment. This marks the critical stage where the currency successfully transitions from purely domestic, isolated testing protocols to genuine interaction with the broader global markets. For investors who have held a long-term interest in this currency, this is the exact operational sign they have patiently been waiting for and anticipating for many years. No major currency ever undergoes a significant change without following a meticulously planned, multi-stage process. The sequence typically begins with the central bank performing intensive internal testing within its own systems and the domestic banking network, verifying that any new or adjusted rates function flawlessly across all internal systems and transaction protocols. Only once that initial, domestic phase is successfully completed are the new parameters synchronized with external international networks. These international partners include critical organizations like SUBUFT's a Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication, the International Monetary Fund, IMF, and the world's leading Forex data providers. The new, updated rate is only made fully available for public trading after this comprehensive synchronization process is officially confirmed and validated. The subtle movement we are observing now precisely represents this vital middle stage, a crucial but delicate step indicating the dinar's undeniable trajectory toward international activation. Understanding this highly structured and technical process helps serious currency watchers realize that even minor shifts, like the one witnessed today, are far more meaningful and deliberate than they might appear on the surface. Consistency across multiple, independent global platforms is therefore the single most reliable indicator that this particular movement is legitimate and not a simple error. If a change were to appear on only one system, it could easily be dismissed as a temporary error or a technical glitch. However, today's decimal adjustment was visible across numerous major platforms at the exact same time, and significantly, it remained stable for an extended period exceeding 12 hours. This remarkable stability across a wide geographic range strongly reinforces the conclusion that the movement is intentional, coordinated, and part of a larger plan. Seasoned analysts within the Forex community often describe such discrete shifts as quiet signals, subtle movements specifically designed to foreshadow much larger, coordinated policy actions. For the community of long-term dinar holders, this action provides the exact form of technical confirmation they have been anticipating, clearly indicating that the complex infrastructure preparation for a possible revaluation is actively and systematically underway. It is also highly notable that automated trading systems, often referred to as algorithms, registered and reacted to this change, which is unusual for a currency that has historically been characterized by extreme stability. Historically, the IQD has had minimal volatility and notoriously low trading volumes on international markets. Yet, recent algorithmic data clearly shows distinct spikes in coordinated activity immediately following the decimal move. This compelling data suggests that sophisticated automated trading software is now detecting and reacting to new, live data feeds originating directly from Iraq's banking network, a major operational change. In practical terms, this means the dinar is no longer entirely dormant in its international interactions. The dinar's nascent activity is now visible and being processed by global trading algorithms, which are engineered to sense and react to any new market inputs. This type of early activation is considered a critical part of the entire process because automated systems are typically the first to recognize the slight changes that precede more visible, public movements. They act as the vanguard, confirming the flow of new, live data. The specific timing of this action adds another layer of significance to the decimal movement. October is traditionally a key month when the Iraqi government works to finalize its major economic reports, ratify the national budget, and conclude various high-value contracts. This planned administrative environment creates a relatively controlled setting that is highly conducive for testing or implementing technical financial updates. A currency movement in this controlled phase minimizes the risk of disruption to the overall financial system. By timing the action now, the central bank helps ensure that all technical and governmental components can be aligned for the smoothest possible transition when the time comes for a full public announcement. Analysts who have studied historical revaluations recognize this precise pattern: a quiet, intensive back-end development phase, followed by distinct, visible decimal changes, and finally, full public activation. The movement observed today fits this established sequence of events perfectly. Recent official statements released by the Central Bank of Iraq provide further, compelling context to these technical movements. The CBI recently confirmed to the public that all technical preparations for its long-anticipated currency reform project have been successfully completed. While the bank stopped short of releasing a new, official public rate, the language used in its communications strongly mirrors the terminology associated with past significant reforms, including the historical removal of zeros from the currency in previous updates. Furthermore, the bank explicitly highlighted its close collaboration with various international financial organizations, which is a clear signal of ongoing synchronization with global markets. This official statement aligns perfectly with the decimal movement that was detected today, strongly suggesting that the back-end systems are indeed live, fully operational, and synchronizing data streams. Investors familiar with the historical pattern of currency revaluations interpret this congruence as a major, unmistakable milestone. It is critically important to reiterate that this small decimal movement is absolutely not the revaluation itself. Instead, it should be viewed as tangible, technical proof that preparations are actively underway and moving forward according to a plan. The back-end systems must be fully lived, tested, and synchronized across international platforms well before any final public rate update is released. This is precisely why investors perceive this small change as a critical, early warning signal. For those long-term holders who have been patiently waiting for years, this is a clear signal to increase their vigilance, monitor official communication channels closely, prepare any necessary financial documentation, and stay fully informed about the unfolding developments. Rushing into premature financial decisions based on rumor at this particular stage could easily prove costly and detrimental, underscoring that maintaining patience and a strategic mindset is paramount for success. Notably, mainstream media outlets have not widely reported on this subtle technical movement, a silence that is entirely consistent with how previous major currency revaluations have unfolded globally. Major news organizations typically maintain a policy of waiting for an official, final confirmation from the government or central bank before they publish stories concerning sensitive currency updates. This media silence should not be mistakenly interpreted as an indication that nothing significant is happening behind the scenes. In fact, the silence often serves as a reinforcing indicator that the changes are genuine, deliberate, and are still confined to a controlled, private testing phase of the banking system. Meanwhile, highly specialized private investor groups and various social media channels are intensely discussing the changes, which reflects the heightened awareness and activity within the dedicated trading community well before any official public announcement is officially made. Global synchronization is the most crucial, non-negotiable component of any significant currency update. Before any new or revalued rate can be made public and tradable, it must be validated and fully integrated across essential international financial networks, such as WEFT and the International Monetary Fund (IMF) systems. This process is mandatory and ensures that the currency can be traded smoothly, efficiently, and with full confidence on a massive global scale, without technical failure. Today's detected decimal movement signals that the IQD is actively entering this phase of validation. The core banking systems are being meticulously prepared for international visibility and transaction processing, an absolutely essential technical prerequisite before any final revaluation can be officially announced to the public. The potential ripple effects of this extend well beyond Iraq's borders and its immediate financial system. If the dinar does move forward with a confirmed revaluation, it is highly likely that regional currencies may also respond and adjust accordingly. Countries with historically linked or economically symbiotic currencies, such as Vietnam, could potentially see their own exchange rates influenced as a direct result of a successful IQD adjustment. Even a minor decimal movement today could prove to be the earliest visible precursor to broader economic shifts that will affect international trade, global investments, and regional market strategies well into 2025 and beyond. This demonstrates unequivocally that even small, seemingly minor adjustments in the highly sensitive world of global finance can have profound and far-reaching consequences. For all long-term dinar holders, the most important takeaway is the need to remain composed, calm, and fully prepared for what may come next. The decimal movement is a confirmation signal of activity, but it is not, by any means, a public rate update. It confirms that the back-end systems are active and live, but the final public activation remains pending. Strategically preparing all necessary documentation, vigilantly monitoring official central bank updates, and maintaining unwavering patience will enable holders to act decisively and strategically when the official public announcement is finally made. Acting on mere rumors or incomplete, unverified information at this critical stage could easily lead to regrettable and costly mistakes. Analysts worldwide continue to emphasize the paramount importance of monitoring official, verifiable communications exclusively from the Central Bank of Iraq and credible international financial organizations. Any official press release, a significant website update, or a formal statement will serve as the final, absolute confirmation that today's decimal movement was indeed part of a larger, coordinated revaluation process. Staying highly vigilant ensures that holders are in the best possible position to respond effectively and immediately when the new public rate is officially activated for trading. The broader financial implications of a successful revaluation are indeed substantial and could mark a turning point for the region. A revaluation of the dinar could attract a massive inflow of both domestic and international institutional investors, significantly improving liquidity and potentially increasing the market value of the currency over time. Regional currencies would likely respond, influencing established trade agreements and investment strategies across numerous neighboring countries. Today's small decimal adjustment could genuinely be the first visible step in a monumental chain of events with wide-reaching economic consequences that will define the financial landscape in 2025 and beyond. Even though the official public revaluation may not occur immediately, this current, confirmed back-end activity is a very strong, undeniable indicator that the CBI is actively moving forward with its long-term plan. Investors must shift their focus entirely to preparedness and heightened awareness, rather than succumbing to an emotional, reactionary response. This presents a rare and unique opportunity to observe the earliest, most technical stages of a major currency adjustment in real time, gaining invaluable insight into how such complex processes unfold from inception. The entire process is being executed in a carefully staged and deliberate manner, a hallmark of major central bank operations. Each small, incremental decimal movement is a component of an intensive, systematic testing phase designed to ensure flawless synchronization with every single international network. This methodical approach is used specifically to minimize the possibility of technical errors, reduce operational risk, and ensure that when the final rate is officially activated, the transition will be as seamless and non-disruptive as possible. Observing these precise, calculated steps provides an invaluable, real-world lesson in how central banks meticulously manage and execute large-scale currency revaluations. For all current holders and investors, this remains a crucial time to exercise extreme patience and maintain vigilance. The decimal movement provides confirmation of operational activity, but does not yet signal the final, public rate update. Preparing all necessary documentation, staying continuously connected with reliable, verified sources, and closely monitoring every technical development ensures total readiness for the official rollout announcement. Patience exhibited now during this testing phase holds the potential to be profoundly rewarding later. Even if the full public revaluation does not materialize immediately, the consistent back-end activity is the strongest available indicator that the CBI's strategic plan is actively advancing. The focus for all prudent investors should be on preparation and comprehensive awareness, rather than immediate reaction to fractional changes. Observing these developments unfold in real time offers a rare, educational opportunity to fully understand the intricate process of currency adjustments from their earliest technical stages to the final public outcome. The process is inherently deliberate and staged with meticulous care. Every small fractional decimal movement is a mandatory part of a rigorous testing phase, essential to guarantee that all systems are fully synchronized with global financial networks. This extremely careful, systematic approach is designed to mitigate all technical risk, ensure smooth and complete international integration, and ultimately guarantee that once the new rate is officially activated, the entire transition will be completed with maximum seamlessness and efficiency. For all currency holders and investors, the imperative remains to stay patient and highly alert. The decimal movement confirms that a significant operational process is underway, but it is not yet the final signal of the public rate update. Continuous monitoring of official updates, ensuring all personal documentation is fully prepared, and staying connected only with reliable sources guarantees that you will be ready to act decisively the moment the final official announcement is made. The potential impact of this goes far beyond individual financial holdings. Iraq's currency is underpinned by its vast oil reserves, significant gold holdings, and a rapidly growing, diversifying economy. Therefore, any confirmed rate adjustment has the potential to attract enormous capital flows from both domestic and international investors. Furthermore, regional currencies are likely to react and adjust, fundamentally influencing cross-border trade, large-scale investment flows, and long-term economic strategies across multiple countries in the Middle East. This tiny decimal movement today could very well be the starting point of a macroeconomic process that carries far, reaching effects in 2025 and all the subsequent years. The impact of a potential successful revaluation extends far beyond the financial well-being of individual holders. The strength of Iraq's currency is intrinsically supported by its vast oil reserves, its substantial gold backing, and the trajectory of its expanding national economy. Consequently, any confirmed rate adjustment has the power to attract an influx of new, large-scale investors, dramatically increase market liquidity, and significantly influence the exchange rates of neighboring regional currencies. This small, recent decimal movement is the first visible sign of a deep, systemic process that has the potential to fundamentally reshape financial activity across Iraq and its neighboring economies. In conclusion, the Forex decimal movement observed in the Iraqi Dinar is undeniably more than just a minor change in a number on a screen. It is concrete, technical evidence that the entire back-end financial infrastructure is live, active, and fully operational. It confirms that the Central Bank of Iraq is actively and systematically preparing for a potential revaluation, and the resulting community speculation is entirely justified by the technical data. While the final public activation may still require more time to unfold, this decimal change marks the critical beginning of a meticulously planned process that could prove to be historic in its final outcome. Stay fully informed, maintain unwavering patience, and ensure you remain completely ready. The moment the official public rate is activated, we will be here to immediately break down every single step for you, providing a full understanding of precisely what it means for the dinar and all regional currencies.